Oh my, that was good, wasn't it? What a game that was. And I'll tell you what, everybody is going to be focusing on the title race. Everybody is obviously going to be focusing on Arsenal. What are the ramifications of this game? What are the ramifications of a performance like this? What are the ramifications on Manchester City? Everybody is going to be looking at it from that perspective. And don't get me wrong, on some level, that is the perspective that we need to analyse. But what we have to get out there straight away is that was immense from Brentford. I absolutely loved it. On some level, some would say that despite being a 1-1 draw, that it actually was a delectable medley of footballing splendour. I loved it. Brentford have got to be one of the best sides in the league to watch. They get the ball to fast forwards really, really quickly. And I find it enthralling. They're a great team to watch. They really are. And I tell you what, I owe a massive, massive apology to Keith Andrews. I think that he is probably the manager of the year. You know, if Arteta wins the league, you probably give it to Arteta. Inevitably, you generally do just give it to Arteta. If he wins the league, you give it to Guardiola if he wins the league. But look, I think that Keith Andrews, in terms of delivering the unexpected, I just thought it was amazing. The way that Brentford used the channels, the way that Brentford used the power of the long throw, the way that Brentford actually countered Arsenal. Arsenal were meant to be set-piece FC. Brentford were amazing, absolutely amazing. And I think that they've got some class players. Rico Henry, class. That Quatara, class. I mean, Igor Thiago is going to be leading the line for Brazil at a World Cup. Brentford striker is going to be leading the line for Brazil at a World Cup. And I'll tell you what, it is absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. Thoroughly enjoyed it. In terms of what it means, bad day at the office for Arsenal. There's no two ways about it. Really, really bad day at the office for Arsenal. I've just seen a super chat land here, by the way. And doesn't this sum up Arsenal fans? Doesn't this sum up the mentality? Tom P, 2966 in the super chat, thank you very much for joining, has said, that's our season over. Fair play, Man City. Like, that is a wild take. Absolutely wild. Listen, the point at Brentford does you a big favour. Do you know why? Cards on the table, Tom. I wanted you to get beat. I was desperate for you to get beat. Do you know why? Because if you got beat, it puts it in Man City's hands. The way it stands, it's still in your hands, which is perfect. It's absolutely perfect. The only thing I can hope is that maybe the new Tottenham manager comes in, gives them a new manager bounce, they nick a point, then it's in City's hands. But at the moment, Tom, I'm talking directly to you here. Thank you for your super chat. But mate, it's fine. It's not a terrible result. You'll still have it in your hand. There's what, 13 games to go? 13 games to go, and you are leading the charge ahead of Man City. You win every game between now and the end of the season, you win the league. City win every game between now and the end of the season, they don't win the league. You have it totally and utterly as you want it. But I think Arsenal fans will be looking at it as 2 points dropped. I think inevitably it has to be seen as being 2 points dropped. Saying that, Brentford could have won it, man. I thought that Brentford were going to win it at the end. That Igor Thiago, he had two chances. One of them, he took too long. And as a result of taking too long, he allowed a great tackle. Absolutely brilliant tackle to retrieve the situation. It was an amazing touch to take it inside the defender. Brilliant work from Thiago. But then he looks up, you can see just how long he takes on the ball, looking at the ball, looking at the keeper, take it too long, and annoyingly allowed Mosquera to get back and make that tackle. As a result of taking too long in one moment, he then snatched at another chance. There was also a moment at the end, but then equally, when Timber charged through, put it on a plate for Martinelli, he has to score, and Declan Rice, why didn't he shoot? Rice was immense, by the way. Absolutely immense, I thought. Declan Rice was the best player on the pitch. Well, certainly the best player in an Arsenal shirt on the pitch. I thought he was unbelievable. But Declan Rice did make one bad error. Really bad error. Like the tackle, the interception more than made up for it in the other box. Like that was a goal. And the way, the composure that he just steers the ball in his own box, steers the ball away from the oncoming attacker, steers it away from him, and then manages to kind of retain possession and carry the ball forward. It really was brilliant, absolutely outrageously good work from Declan Rice. The where he made a mistake though. Why is he trying to gift a goal to Victor Gyökeres? Was it a pity moment or was it a cowardly moment? There was an opportunity for Declan Rice to have a strike on goal. Great opportunity. And instead of having the strike on goal, he tries to find Victor Gyökeres. Like, is that being too kind? Is he trying to do the selfless thing out of pity for Victor Gyökeres? Is he trying to put it on a plate for him? Or, almost more worryingly, did Declan Rice bottle the opportunity? Great chance. There was a chance earlier as well. I think Trossard had a good game. Great cross for Noni Madueke's goal. Great cross. Absolute elite. The way it swings out, puts it on a plate for Madueke. Madueke gets anything back on it, send it back where it's coming from. Fantastic goal. But Trossard did really well in a build-up. Rice, again, involved, obviously. Gets to the byline, cuts it back. Trossard, elite, steps over the ball on a plate for Odegaard. You have to hit the target. He plays it over. Like, you're captain of a team playing a London derby away from home when you're under pressure, when you watch Man City win, when you know that a victory is so essential. Just plays it over the bar. Just not good enough. Fern like the tree in the Super Chat says, cheers from the USA. Welcome, sir. Wishing you the best, Rory, Liverpool fan here, but thoroughly enjoy your videos and live streams. How kind are you, Fern like the tree? Really do appreciate that. D. Ritchie in the Super Chat says, if Wolves draw Arsenal, Spurs with a new manager bounce, scary hours for Arsenal. Perhaps they truly are the bottlers like Tottenham. Even worse, maybe. I tell you what, I desperately don't want Arsenal to win the league, but I still think they're going to win it. That's the problem. They still are going to win it. The reason why they're going to win it is because they're allowed to have these kind of results. Like, if you don't want Arsenal to win the league and you're positioning this as being a great day, you're wrong. It's a very good day, and I don't want Arsenal to win the league. But obviously, the reason that you build up a cushion in a league title bid is so that you don't have to win every game. City have to win every game. Arsenal are allowed to drop points. Arsenal are allowed to make use of the cushion that they have secured. Arsenal are top of the league with a cushion. So they don't have to win. They need to pick up points, of course, but they don't have the pressure on them. And the reason that you build up the cushion is so that when you have an off day like they had today, it's not fatal. And that's why it's annoying that Brentford didn't find the winner. When Thiago went through, I thought they're going to get the winner. But you see, the fact that they didn't get the winner, the fact that Arsenal have come away with a point and didn't lose tonight, means that the league is still totally and utterly in Arsenal's hands. And I think that any Arsenal fan, be completely honest here, any Arsenal fan would have taken this situation before a ball was kicked. We have, 13 games to go, and Arsenal are top of the league, and they are still top of the league with a cushion. Arsenal can go to City, get beat 10-0, and still win the league. It's not a bad day at the office for Arsenal. They've got a game out the way, a tough game. Could have been a lot worse as well. So I don't think it's quite that bad. But look, in terms of D. Ritchie's Super Chat, the only thing that I'm thinking is Arsenal are playing Tottenham in like 10 days' time. Arsenal battered Tottenham. Arsenal would have battered Thomas Frank's Tottenham. Arsenal would have laughed at that situation. With a new manager bounce, I concede that it's really unlikely. But I'm just thinking maybe if this new look Tottenham team, who are undoubtedly in a relegation battle, if this new Tottenham team could somehow nick a point, that could be it. That could be it. And then it really is pressure on Arsenal. Then if Arsenal draw with Tottenham off the back of drawing with Brentford, that could be a moment where it looks really, really bad. And look, I'm gutted that Arsenal didn't get beat. But I would have taken a draw before a ball was kicked. If you'd asked me this morning, do you take a draw in this game? I'd say, yeah, 100%. Absolutely 100%. Joshua Isaacs in the Super Chat says, can you explain the cow on the shelf? Yeah, of course, mate. He's my old mate. My wife's from the Northeast. They're farmers. So, no, that's a homage to my missus. But yeah, we're Hereford. I love Hereford cows. They're my favourites. Thank you, Joshua. Aidan Quirk says, second again, the kind-hearted Kai is hurt. Disaster. I don't think it is a disaster. Don Harry says, you're incredibly kind to them, Rory. They're shaky. See, I want you to be right. I want you to be right that Arsenal are incredibly shaky. I desperately want that to be true. And I do concede that Arsenal have dropped points in the title race, but it could have been so much worse. Brentford should have won the game. Brentford should have made it a disaster. Brentford should have made it a horrific day at the office for Arsenal. The way that it is, actually, Arsenal have got out of jail. Like, if Thiago takes one of those two chances that he had to win the game, just one of them, it's a completely different game. But, you know, it was just an amazing game. And I think Brentford are a breath of fresh air. Like, I'm never kind about Brentford. Anybody that has ever watched this channel before knows that I'm not kind about Brentford. But I thought they were brilliant. They played with such optimism. They were so aggressive. They've got such good players. Like, I think that Kane Lewis-Potter, good player. That Quatara, good player. Really good. That Rico, good player. They've got a great team. And in Keith Andrews, you just have to admit now, it's basically the best manager this season. The manager of the year, the best manager in the Premier League this season, if you take everything into account, it is Keith Andrews. And look, when they appointed him, I thought it was a terrible appointment. When they appointed him, I was laughing, I was mocking, I was calling him a set-piece coach. He has just gone head-to-head with Mikel Arteta, and he has turned up well. Interesting though, Don Harry, do you think I'm being too nice to Arsenal? What do you think then? What are your thoughts on this? Do you think that Arsenal have made a mess of it? Can I ask you, by the way, could you please like this stream? I love going live like this, and if a couple more of you would like it, really helps me out. Let's see if we can get to, 200. If anyone would be kind enough, it really, really would be appreciated. Thank you. Second would be Arsenal fans. Second, would Arsenal fans be Arteta out? Arteta go? Thoughts, Rory? And I think you mean Arteta out, right? No, I don't think. If Arsenal finish second, but they manage to, no, I don't think it's ever shameful to not win the league. I don't think it is. Arsenal are still doing really well, aren't they? They're top of the league. They're top of the Champions League. If they don't win the league, I mean, it would depend on what else happens in other competitions. But no, I think Mikel Arteta is proving that he is one of the best managers in the league. He is proving that he is capable of steering a behemoth football club like Arsenal. Mikel Arteta is clearly capable of being the Arsenal manager, and I don't think that not winning the league would be enough for him to get the sack. I don't think. Let me know what you think, though. If Arsenal don't win the league, do you think they need to sack him? Let me see what your thoughts are. I'm going back to the Super Chat now. Rory, you seem like an Arsenal fan. I always see you making excuses for them when they get a draw or lose. They played horrible and got lucky. I mean, they could have won the game. I said Brentford were brilliant. I've said that they should have lost. I've said that Brentford had those two Igor Thiago chances to win the game. I'm not making excuses for them. I'm saying they should have got beat today, but I'm also saying they didn't get beat. And the fact that they didn't get beat means that they still have the league in their hands. They are still the team who are dominant. They are still capable of having it totally in their hands. Manchester City can beat Arsenal 10-0 and they won't win the league. So from an Arsenal perspective, look, I've watched my team win the league. I know what it takes to win a league. If you get into a situation where you're 13 games from the end, and you still have a cushion over your biggest rival, and you still have the opportunity to play them. Like, Arsenal need to think that they can win at the Etihad. They've got a very good record against Man City lately. Like, I think they'll win the league still. I desperately hope to be wrong on that. Desperately hope to be wrong, Gio. But maybe you're right. I mean, I hope to be wrong, but I just think that they're going to be too strong. I just think that Arteta's getting too much right. Matthew in the Super Chat says, "Hi, Rory. Think this might be a shift. Anfield win has given City a new lease of life. Very interesting 13 games to come. Love to you and your family." You're very kind, Matthew, and you are right about that. The importance of Manchester City getting that victory against Liverpool. Manchester City going to Anfield and winning, it could be the sea change. It could be the dominant moment. It could be the season-defining performance, the season-defining goal from Bernardo Silva, of all people. Like, the man that is Man City. Absolute icon of a footballer. Yeah, I can't look if, and it's a big if, but if they somehow do win the league, if Man City do somehow win it, they will trace it back to that result at Anfield. They definitely will. Really is a big result, that. And you are correct. That could be the shift. Robert O.D. in the Super Chat says, "I admittedly say every week that, yeah, Arsenal will win the league. Arsenal should win the league. But every week, more and more cracks are showing in their game. Can the Bottle 4.0 happen?" I mean, I hope so, mate. I've desperately hope so. But do you know what? Even if you think that Arsenal are cracking, Robert, even if you think that Arsenal are looking less and less likely to win it, if you're looking at them thinking that there is a frailty, even if you believe that Arsenal aren't the team that are capable of being champions, you then have to identify a quality in Man City that I don't think is there. You have to identify a consistency in Man City that I don't think is there. So even if you're right, and let's pray that you are, even if you are right and you say that there is a quality in Arsenal that is lacking, there is There is a lack of tenacity. There is a lack of desperation. There is a lack of winning quality. Somebody else has to have it. So somebody else is going to have to take the ball by the horns. Man City are going to have to win 4 in a row, 5 in a row, then draw 1, then win another 3, then beat Arsenal at the Etihad. Somehow Arsenal don't even have to be that good to win the league. Do you see why I'm so convinced they'll win it? I think that if Arsenal were being pursued by Pep at his best, by City at their best, by Liverpool at their best, by Slot at his best, by Klopp at his best, by Mourinho, they don't win the league. The reason that they could win the league this year is because there just isn't the alternative. There just doesn't feel to me to be the alternative. But I hope to be wrong. Listen, I hope to be wrong, and it is an interesting angle. Now, just the letter N is in the super chat and says, Rory, I don't think you're taking into account that 1, they still have to play City away. They're in all comps still. More chance for injuries, fatigue, build-up, impacting their squad. Now, just the letter N. Some of what you say I agree with. Some of what you say, though, I passionately disagree with. And that is the beauty of football. That's why I love having these conversations with you. That is why I'm so grateful to all of you for tuning in. If you are just tuned in and you are new around here, my name's Rory and I talk about football a lot. So please do click subscribe. Now, to your points, you're saying that you're trying to position that Arsenal having to play City is a bad thing. It's good if you want to play City. If you beat City, Arsenal kind of have a luxury. If they go and play City and win, they basically win the league. That's what you want. When you're a top team, when Mourinho won the league, we went to City and we won. Ivanovic scored a winner, blinding goal with left foot. You go to City and you win. When Conte won the league, we were up against Guardiola. We went to City and we won. Diego Costa, Willian scored a brilliant goal. Eden Hazard. You go there and you win. It's an opportunity for Arsenal. So I'm not ready to say that that's a bad thing, that they have to play City. They're in all comps. Now, again, just the letter N. I don't think we can pretend that being top of the league in the Champions League is bad news. That being in the final of the League Cup is bad news. That having a very favourable draw in the FA Cup is bad news. What are we saying? That it would be better if Arsenal got launched out of the League Cup? It would be better if Arsenal weren't on their way to Wembley? It would be better if Arsenal didn't finish top of the Champions League? I don't get the logic. I think that winning breeds winning. Success breeds success. Silverware breeds silverware. You get greedy. And winning becomes a habit. So again, I don't think I agree with you, sir. But I do... Look, there is a world where the fatigue could build up. We saw it with Liverpool. Do you remember when Liverpool thought they were going to win a treble and they ended the season with a League Cup? It can happen. Gio, again in the super chat. Welcome, sir. Gio says, Thiago, shocker as well. Multiple chances to win it. 2 big chances, I agree. He had 2 really big chances to win it. And the one where he tucked it inside on Mosquera, didn't he? And then Mosquera caught him up. He just took too long. Sky did a replay. And you see him looking. You see him like looking up, taking his time. Which I suppose on some level you're meant to do. You're meant to drink in the time. You're meant to make the most of the time that you're provided with. But not that long, mate. Not that long. So no, it was a shame. And no, he didn't. He should have scored. Should have definitely scored, Thiago, on the night. But he played well, I thought. He led the line well. Interesting question here. George Amarez says, what's happened to Eze? Mate, I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know what has happened to Eze. Really worrying, in fact. Like, if you're an Arsenal fan, like, did not play well. Odegaard did not play well. But look, he's a class player who could have a big... I thought Bukayo Saka, when he came on, was abysmal. Like, abysmal. You know, when I saw Saka coming on, we're watching it with my mate, who's an Arsenal fan, thinking, oh, God, my mate's getting excited, Saka's coming on. Terrible. That where he just totally miscontrolled it. Arsenal were on the attack there. He miscontrolled it, gave the ball away to Brentford. Took the sting out of Arsenal altogether. Hi, Rory from Ireland. Liverpool fan here. Love your content. What do you make of Liverpool making the top 4? I think that Liverpool winning in the way that they did against Sunderland was really bad news for me. Really bad news. Villa winning the way that they did. Even Man United nicking a point the way that they did. Off the back of us dropping points at home to Leeds, it really wasn't ideal. Roberto in the super chat says, a quality in Arsenal that I see is lacking is Bukayo Saka tonight. And Victor Gyökeres. Yeah, Gyökeres a joke. Where were they second half? City's quality is the inevitable Haaland. His drought this season is over. Robert, I really hope you are correct. Do you honestly think that his drought is over? I mean, scoring a penalty, big penalty, And then obviously scored against Fulham, scored a good goal against Fulham. Yeah, you're right. Maybe you're right. I think he needs another one. I think he needs another goal. Let's look at Man City's fixtures, shall we? Let's have a look at Man City's fixtures and see. So they got Salford. They're going to batter them about 10-0. They then play Newcastle at home. That's a big one, isn't it? That is a really big one. Let's see. And that's obviously when Arsenal play Tottenham. So yeah, I think that you are right. And the question that you ask about Bukayo Saka is absolutely accurate. But equally, Gyökeres. I just don't think Gyökeres is the guy. I think we've seen enough in Victor Gyökeres to know that he isn't the man for the job. He just isn't. But yeah, you are correct, Robert. You really are correct. Tommy Castillo in the chat. I have nothing to say. I'm going back into hiding. See you in the Championship. Love from California as always. That is Tottenham Tommy, who knows that Tottenham are in a relegation. Although, Tommy, you and I are going to be on the same hymn sheet in the next time you play. If you can take a point off Arsenal, I will be over the moon. Lovely to hear from you, sir. I hope you're well. And thank you to everybody who has tuned in. Really do appreciate it. I love going live like this. I love the fact that we can sort of dissect the football together, have a real post-mortem. I really appreciate you tuning in. Let's have a look at the subscribers. Is anyone watching? There must be one person watching this who's not subscribed. Let's see if one person subscribes. We're on 411. Let's see. It's one person. No, still on 411. Literally not one of you. Not one of you have subscribed. Malicious. Outrageous. Like last chance. 411. 412. Come on. Farmer. No. Unreal. Listen. Big night. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you have a lovely evening. Ta-da.